Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with a 1212 AD land battle for you today. It's been a hot minute since we've covered any sort of 1212 AD. I've had a bit of a struggle trying to do some battles and scenarios for it, but we do have a working replay here. It's only a 1v1, it's a pretty fast-paced one, but it's nice to be back in the medieval world of 1212 AD. And yeah, we've got the Holy Roman Empire here marching forward. We've got a lot of Pavis crossbows here. I think these are all tier 3 units. But a lot of Pavis crossbow units and Pavis spears here. Some Fuchsneck spears. They are pretty much just Pavis spearmen. We've got big old Pavises. And then we do have this mounted Ritter behind in there. Just head to toe steel armor with their big axes and swords. They're ready to go in. They look glorious here. Lots of dismounted Ritter. We've got some pikes as well, and we've got actually got a crossbow cavalry. We don't often see these guys in play, but we've got a crossbow cav here. Looks like they're dueling with looks like some tier 1 Georgian bow cav here. Some horse archers there getting some shots off. But yeah, the crossbows I imagine are better armor piercing, and probably since it's a tier 3 against a tier 1. Are just generally better off. But yes, it's Georgia versus the HRE in this one, which I'm very excited to see how this one goes. Then we have the Kaiser here, the Emperor of the Roman Empire is getting ready. It looks like we also got the St. George, you know, Georg fan. It's just basically St. George, but it's got the St. George flag there, as you can see. And yeah, it looks like a very cool unit. It's one of the new HRE units. Pretty sure they got an update at some point. And yeah, they seem to have been getting a lot of love of the HRE, because they've had at least definitely 2 updates for them, that's for sure. Ritter here, also moving forward as well. I don't know how large the units are. They don't seem like they're that big. Yeah, 98 in a unit there. These ones are 120. Yeah, so the crossbows, yeah, 98. I think we're large, not ultra, potentially. But that's not the end of the world. It's not the, like, the size of the unit that matters. It's just how glorious the battle is. Yeah, we have a lot of tier 3 swords here. Yes, Nuri swordsmen coming forwards. We have also Tazruli swords. Well, that's the typical sort of infantry that's being brought by Georgia. They do have some Italian mercenaries available. I don't know if the Italians ever really served in Georgia, but they have them available. I do kind of like that most factions just kind of like get slapped with Italian mercs to sort of help build their roster out. They've got some tier 2 spears here as well, which is not a bad idea, bringing those guys just to help cav fights. And yeah, they got lots of light crossbows there as well. And the cav fights actually already got underway, and looks like the horse archers here have been caught by the crossbows. And looks like Tazruli lances in here as well. But they're not lances now, they've got their maces out. And yeah, the Georgian cav getting committed. And the Georgian cav really is very much overcommitted, you could say. You can see how far their army is away. The Kaiser's actually going in, and he's going in against the Manapsa Guard here, a general. So that's a tier 2 general up against a tier 3. That's in favor of the HRE. This is not good for Georgia at all. They are going in. It's a good old classic West versus East sort of Christian force here. The Tazruli is actually winning this fight here against the Ritter, which is kind of surprising. I mean, both are heavy shock, and they outnumber them, do the HRE in this fight as well. 2 cav units. Pike's coming in. You can see the Manapsa Guard is actually running for his life. He's going to lose about 20 riders, and he's going to lose a few more as he retreats. Whether the Kaiser will catch him, I don't know. He might be quicker, that Manapsa Guard. It looks like crossbows also shifting over these surveying crossbows that are coming over. They should really get, I was going to say, get the pole arms to try and support. But it looks like they are going to try and catch this Tazruli. The Kaiser's going to go in once again. He's going to get rid of this shock cav of the Georgians once and for all. They're getting surrounded, it looks like, by the Ritter as well, going in the pikes. Coming in to support. Foolishly, the Manapsa Guard general has returned. George does not send his general back in. This is not a fight he's going to win. 2 cav units and a pike going in there. It's a pretty good pike unit as well. It's a very elite one. They look very cool as well. But there you go. The general again has actually managed to pull out there again. He has tested fate, and he is going to escape. He needs to not go in again. That was risky. I don't know why he attempted to do that a second time. But yeah, he has managed to get out of there. They do have another Tazruli on this side, and actually the HRE has no cav here. Whether George can get that in behind would be a threat. The St. George unit has also dashed off in this direction. I don't know where he's going with that, but that's been basically played out of the game. As it looks like, yeah, multiple units are running away. Maybe they're chasing routing units. I'm not sure. Maybe they're chasing some of these those horse archers. I think maybe getting rid of those. But I guess maybe the players is busy microing elsewhere. George could strike now. He doesn't have enough. He definitely has enough infantry. He could definitely be attacking this front line if he wants to. And yeah, I mean, he's got also some tier 3 spears. It seems like he's got a mix of tier 2, tier 3, and tier 1 Cartlian spears as well. But yes, he could definitely try and overwhelm this. See if the HRE even pulls back his crossbows. He might not. If he catches these guys in melee, he might get a good few kills. And here goes the Tazruli going in here. Is another tier 3 one. I thought he was going to charge, but the dismounted Ritter has braced in quite a few spots. He might get a charge off here. This one's going to be a rear charge. There you go, nice charge into the dismounted Ritter. That's pretty much destroyed that unit, already down to half strength there. He's going to go for the other one. He is. And that unit crucially came out of brace mode. And then it has also got charged. The Tazrui, I imagine, is going to try and pull itself out of combat. The dismounted Ritter might break, you know. It's quite possible. The Kaiser is now shifting back over with the Ritter. There you go, the shock infantry has broken. We are going to see crossbow cav go in amongst the crossbows. They're not exactly the greatest unit to be charging infantry, even if it is crossbows, to be honest. The Tazruli is still killing off the shock infantry. Big expensive units there for the HRE to be losing early on. But I guess it might even up George, you know, having lost most of his cav. I mean, a big threat for the HRE is the shock infantry. If they were to lose that, that's one pretty effective weapon that they're losing. And it looks like they pulled out of the Tazruli. They're going to maybe charge maybe for the crossbows. I mean, it's not a bad idea to go through the crossbows and out the other side. Swords are rushing in. I imagine the spears can hold pretty well, because spears are pretty good in 12-12 now. They're actually technically, I think, better than swords. And there's a lot of forces over here for the Georgian player just being tied down, staring off against these crossbow cav. I just have some crossbows. Duel with the crossbow cav. That should be enough. And maybe like a polearm or a sword just to maybe keep an eye on these pikes and polearms. But nothing more than that. The Tazruli in the back have routed that crossbow and they've gone out the other side. The Kaiser is chasing them down, trying to remove that last Georgian cavalry off the battlefield. I think, yeah, the Manapsa Guard general is still alive for now. They're only just. If I was also George, I'd maybe start trying to target the Kaiser, see if they can maybe take him out that way. And there you go, general has died actually. That is George's general getting focused down by the crossbows. So the HRE has actually done exactly what I recommended Georgia should do. And that's now Georgia without a general. And that's going to cause all sorts of problems for morale. You can see already Cartley Spear losing 2 units, breaking nearly because of the general being killed. That is showing how effective and how needed you need morale in this game. It looks like, you know, the Tazruli going in for the general here of the HRE. He might still, you know, kill him off. You have to be lucky. The general's losing decisively, I think, because the Tazruli got the charge off. Whether that'll even out, we'll see. Whether the Cartley Spearmen over here can get into the fight before they break, we'll see. Crossbows as well, the Savanian crossbows. They need to start focusing down this Kaiser, just kill everything, whether it's friend or foe, to try and even up this fight. Then it'll become a battle of will. And there you go. The general for the HRE has also died. So now both sides have no general. This is now just going to be a battle of wills and a battle of elite units. It's pretty even when it comes to balance of power. The Georgians have 2,200, while the HRE have 1,600 troops, and they still have a healthy St. George Cav all the way back here. What it's doing, I do not know. He needs that in the front lines, and soon. The Ritter is still very much alive. Whether he'll charge it in and just try and break everything in is not a bad idea. The crossbow cav as well needs to be annoying. Maybe try and rear charge some of these bow cav units. But the front line is starting to crumble actually here. The Fushnecht spears are starting to break as the Tazruli swords are also breaking through. But some of these swords are also breaking for the Georgians. And there you go, dismounted Ritter also breaking. The shock is feeling the effects of the fight earlier. Ritter has actually not engaged that fight over there on the flankers. Instead, it's gone around and gone in for the crossbows here of Georgia. Like I said, they really need that St. George cav over here, and soon. That's a very elite, very top tier cav unit. These Ritter are good, but they're not quite as good. They are breaking a fair few of these crossbows though, and the general, the rest of the general unit's broken as well. Spears are now rushing over here to try and deal with the Ritter. I was going to say the Ritter really needs to get out of there, break that polearm, but it's already happened. The polearms and the pikes here flanking around have done that. The crossbows now are also killing off that Tazruli, and that's going to lose be lost there for Georgia. There's a bit of a waste after winning that key flank fight. I think the Ritter's going to break here, but whether it can get that Tazaruli sword, try and break that with a little rear charge here. It doesn't even really need to like get a great charge off, just getting behind these guys. But it seems like these pole arms and pikes here might be able to finish that job off. But the center is crumbling here for the HRE. Georgia is breaking through. Here finally comes the St. George Cavalry. It's been woken up, left in the back until now to come in. And yeah, now we can see the Tazaruli swords are rushing through. They're going to go for the crossbows here. They're pretty decent heavy crossbow infantry. They might hold a little while in melee. We'll see. Something that the Georgians are lacking is pikes and polearms. They've lost at least one of their Italian mercenary polearms. They've still got one to go. And if the HRE can use these well, they can probably win a lot of melee fights with these guys. As you can see, they've won on just another one there with the pikes. It's these Aznuri swords are trying to get behind the polearms, it looks like, over here. Spears are still being broken, though. They're getting surrounded and broken in a lot of places. The pikes as well suffering here as the center for the HRE is breaking pretty dramatically. We need the St. George Cav here to go in quick and try and, you know, even up this fight. Get rid of these spears. I'd also send in the crossbow Cav, try and just master out these guys. I mean, the mediums, the best, and lights. Yeah, these Cav here should be able to deal with them, and it's healthy. 58 out of 60. It's a healthy Cav unit. Here we go. Any sort of charge might break these guys. Certainly broken one there. They kind of get descended upon now by more spears. They might break this other one. Probably should have sent in the crossbow Cav as well to try and get full effect, but there you go, another spear breaking. This one might go as well. We'll see. The St. George Cav still winning in there. Look at that, they're master-routing these spears. That is huge. If they can win all these, then they can probably run into the crossbows here, cause a lot of problems. I just send in the crossbow Cav and try and route this spear now, just like hit it from another side. Who cares if you fire crossbows? Yeah, you got to use advantage of the Cav. I mean, they need to get in amongst these swords as well. Just need to free up this St. George Cav and quickly. Looks like they're going to send in the crossbow Cav over here, trying to even up this fight to save their pikes. It could go, like I said, come down to a battle of wills, and wills can easily be destroyed with a good Cav charge. The Tazaruli swords here. It's still fine, actually. The crossbows are not facing them. It actually looks like the crossbow Cav might break itself. The polearms as well being surrounded about to break, and the St. George Cav is starting to die. It should have maybe pulled out and got in for the charge. Like I said, I think the crossbow Cav should have gone in there. They have now broken the spears, and now the St. George Cav needs to get in here, needs to make the Georgians pay. It's still very close on kill. 600 men left for the HRE, 700 for the Georgians. More spears surrounded for the HRE and broken. Pikes and missile Cav as well, gone as well. Here goes the St. George Cav for St. George and the Empire. And it looks like the Sardinian crossbows are not going to hold. There's one gone. They need to get the Cav out. Just go again. Could have keep going. The crossbows might need to go in a melee, you know, just to help with this sword spam. Just try and pin as many of these guys in melee, so you can then just use the Cav just to hammer and anvil, hammer and anvil. I mean, they're breaking quite a few of these Aznuri swords. It seems the missiles as well. I mean, it's a shame they're not archers at this point. Like, you want to have longbows, so you can use fire ammo and try and break these guys with fire ammo, because that's obviously a good way to break morale. The St. George Cav did not disengage well there, and they're actually down to less than 30 riders now, and they might die, you know. He's going to try another charge. It's not going to be a great one, and I think these guys are going to break. Actually, it's a shame to see this. Elite Cav should have definitely gone to the very, very end. I mean, if they can get... I was going to say, if they can get maybe one more, I think they have it. But I don't know. There's still a lot of swords left for Georgia here. They can surround these polearms if they want to. Turn this losing fight around if they want to. Like I said, the crossbows need to think about getting into melee maybe. Or just focus down these units one by one with their own crossbows. But it is super, super close. 300 men left on either side. It's an crazy land battle. Pikes here, polearms, sorry, I think are going to break. I mean, the archers really should be getting rear shots in this Tazaruli sword. Just, yeah, folks, and there you go. freeing up the pole arms there. They're not now technically surrounded. It's technically their flanks are kind of a bit more secure. They just keep getting side shots, and they could maybe master out these guys. Balance power is shifting in favor of the HRE apparently, whether it's because there's a lot more units now waving for the Georgian. They are actually now mastering a little bit more. There you go, Tazruli swords breaking 38. The crossbows go as well. They just need to keep side-shotting these Tazruli swords. There goes another one. Can they get this other one here? Try and help the the pole arms out. They need to get around the backs of these guys and try and help them out. They could get side shots in this one here. Numbers now is definitely in favor of the HRE 350 against 150. These guys are sent away with the pole arms here have stabilized. They also lose it, and there you go. Master out takes place, and there's just one Tazruli sword left, and I think Georgia is going to try and disengage, maybe go for the crossbows, which ended up being the saving grace. And there you go, they master out as well, and there we go. Have a Pyrrhic victory for the HRE. But what a fight! That was an insane land battle. Really came down to the very last few troops. I mean, this was sent by the Drunk Norwegian against Vo, both subs and both great 1212 AD players, and yeah, both sides really threw everything into it. I mean, somehow the Georgians have a much larger army. Whether their troops are much cheaper, he did bring a few cheaper units like tier 2s and tier 1s. Not masses of, like, most of his troops are still tier 3. We'll have a quick look at the Drunk Norwegian's army first. His Kaiser getting 62 kills before he got folks down and killed. His Spears, 66 kills. The best day is Shock. Sad to see they did so poorly after they got charged down. His elite pikes and polearms, in the end did come in handy. I mean, the pikes, not so much. The polearms, though, 236 kills, 159. Crossbows, 151 kills. His Ritter, 192 kills. His St. George, 250 kills. And his crossbow cav, 41. Then we have Vo playing as the Kingdom of Georgia's Mnapsagard, getting 20 kills as he kept daring to go in and help out his army. And then that ended up getting him killed a little bit. 84 kills with the Asnuri swords, they're like the medium swords, and then we have the Tazruli swords, which are the heavier ones. 139 kills, 146, 147, 119. They did pretty well breaking through that spear line. The crossbows, didn't do too much. His Tazruli Cav getting 196 kills, and then the horse archers just like 7 kills. They were just more of a harassment rather than being an effective force. But there you go, guys. That is today's 1212 AD land battle. If you did enjoy and would like to see some more glorious medieval action, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show support. If you have any 1212 AD replays that you want to have shown off on the channel, then feel free to send them into my Discord. The link is down below in the description. And if you want to get involved in any 1212 AD content as well, like any scenarios or any live streams, feel free to join as well. But until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next crazy 1212 battle. Bye for now.